Niharika and welcome to a new grammar lesson. Today we are going to talk about intensifiers and mitigators, that how we use intensifiers and mitigators. So first, let's learn what are intensifiers. Now, I'll tell you two sentences. One is that you look beautiful tonight, and the other one is you look extremely beautiful tonight. Well, which one would you like to hear? I'm sure it's the second one. You look extremely beautiful tonight. So basically what I'm doing is I am increasing the intensity of an adjective. So I'm emphasizing on the adjective beautiful. So that's what an intensifier is. Intensifiers are the words that emphasize on another adjective. Okay, let's have a look at some sentences here. It's a very interesting story. So here, your adjective is, of course, interesting. And I'm sure the story is interesting, but if you've really liked the story and you want to convey the same thing, then you would say that it's a very interesting story. So here, the word very is your intensifier. Okay, so that explains that you have really liked the story or enjoyed this story, and that's why you have increased the intensity of the adjective interesting. Okay, another sentence here for you is everyone was extremely excited. So here, excited is your adjective and extremely is your intensifier. Maybe you're extremely excited to go for a play or maybe for a party, and you are so excited, you're just so thrilled and happy that you want to show it or tell it to someone. So you say that I was or everyone was extremely excited, okay? So extremely is the intensifier. You are emphasizing on the adjective excited. Now, we also use the word enough as an intensifier, okay? But there's an exception to it. Usually, like you see here, the intensifiers are used before the adjectives, but the word enough, which is an intensifier, is always used after the adjective. So if you see here, I am old enough to drive. So basically, I am old enough to drive. That means I do have a license and I am old enough to drive. So old here is your adjective, whereas enough is your intensifier. Okay? And the last example here is, he is an exceptionally brilliant child. So this means that he is a brilliant child. Maybe he's an extremely intelligent child, but you really want to put it through that he's an exceptionally brilliant child. Like there's no one like him. So here brilliant is your adjective, whereas exceptionally is your intensifier. Okay? Now, there are lots of intensifiers that you can use for emphasizing your adjectives. Of course, the very common ones are very, but you can also use incredibly. Then we have amazingly. And we also have enormously. Okay, so these are a couple of some more intensifiers that you can use. So I hope you're clear with what intensifiers are. These are the words that boost your adjectives, that really intensify your adjectives. And now let's have a look at what are mitigators. So now let's learn what are mitigators. Mitigators are, of course, the opposite of intensifiers. Mitigators are the words that reduce the intensity of the adjectives, okay? It makes the adjectives a little less stronger, okay? So we will explain you with the help of some sentences here. We have, by the end of the party, we were rather bored. So what does this sentence mean? Well, it means that maybe you went for a party and throughout the party you kind of had fun, but at the end you were a little bored. Now here you definitely don't want to sound very negative or very rude by talking about the party that it was bad, because it wasn't really bad. It's just that by the end of the party you got a little bored. So that's why you are using the mitigator, that is the word rather, to suppress your adjective, that is bored. Okay, so this doesn't mean that you were really bored. If you would have said by the end of the party we were really bored, then the word really would have been your intensifier, which would have explained that, oh my god, the party was awful and you were really bored. But you are using a mitigator to show that the party was good, but we were a little bored. So we were rather bored. So it is kind of reducing the intensity of the strong adjective, that is bored. Okay? Let's have a look at another sentence. The film was quite exciting. Now here, exciting is your adjective and quite is your mitigator. Now let me explain you. The film was quite exciting. Maybe you were really excited about this movie, okay? And probably it's a sequel of another movie. And the first movie, which was released maybe a year ago, and that movie was just excellent, was really exciting. And now you went for the second one, which was not as great as the first one. Or maybe it was nice, but it was not like 100% exciting, okay? So to reduce the intensity of the word exciting, maybe to reduce it from 100% to 80%, because you really did not enjoy some parts of the movie. So to reduce that, you are using a mitigator, that is quite, okay? So you are saying the film was quite exciting, right? Which explains that it wasn't 100% exciting, but it was not bad either, okay? Then another sentence here is, the food was pretty good. So maybe you went to somebody's house for dinner and someone asked you, so how's the food? How was the food? And you would say the food was pretty good. Now, maybe the food was not very bad, okay? It definitely had some good taste to it, but it wasn't delicious either. Like it wasn't 100% either, okay? So, to reduce the intensity of the adjective good, you are using the mitigator pretty, okay? So you are saying the food was pretty good, which explains that it wasn't very delicious, but it was pretty good, like not bad at all, okay? So this would be your mitigator. And then a last example for you is, she is a bit younger than I am. Now remember, we do use mitigators with comparative adjectives. And what are comparative adjectives? Just if you see here, younger. Now young, younger, and youngest would be comparative adjectives. Or big, bigger, biggest would be comparative adjectives. So what I mean is that we do use mitigators with comparative adjectives as well. So this sentence here, she is a bit younger than I am. Let's just assume there's no a bit here, okay? She is younger than I am. Now that would sound or make me feel really old, isn't it? So I am putting this as a mitigator, which would explain that she is a bit younger than I am. So maybe there's not much of age difference, just maybe a couple of years or a couple of months that I am older to her. Okay, so that I don't sound really old, I am using a bit as a mitigator with the adjective younger. Okay, well, so these are intensifiers and mitigators. Hope this is clear to you, and I will see you soon in your next lesson, and please do take a test on this lesson too. Okay, you take care and have a great day.